Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust, which is a 3-card general reading for this day, or whenever you stumble upon it, it can be a timeless reading as well. I normally do this a day ahead of time, but I'm a little off schedule, so this is generally for February 15th, Wednesday, February 15th, if you're watching in real time. But if you're stumbling upon it, then that doesn't matter, does it? So I'm using the Tarot Animal, Tarot of the Wild, beautiful deck that my son gave me for Christmas. So what does it say? Some people talk to animals. Not many listen, though. That's the problem. All right, let's give it a good shuffle. Sitting into the energy. Let's see what is in store for us this day. Instead of picking from the top like I have been, I'm going to pick from the juice from the middle. Ooh, I like the Rhino Spirit. Okay, the King of Swords. Very nice. And the Nine of Wands. The Sea Turtle. That's so funny because Sea Turtle came out in Not Your Average Glow Up reading, the pile that I chose. And it's funny because I just got a sea turtle. We have the Seven of Swords. All right, let's see what this is all about. Let's zoom on in. Well, I'm going to start with the sea turtle since I just happened to flip right to it in the book. And the reason why I'm going to use the book, I'm just going to tell you what the turtle is saying. And this deck is a beautiful deck full of different artists. So all these artists came together, collaborated, and created a card according to their art style. They were given an animal and a card from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck to interpret in their way using the animal that they're given. So the animal here is saying it's been a long, tiring road to get here. You feel yourself slowing down, becoming increasingly weary, but now you can see how close you are to achieving your dreams. You can feel it deep inside you, like a light in the darkness, a fire to fuel you and carry you over the finish line. So take a moment to recover your energy, to take a breath and refocus. You've got this. Okay, that's kind of how I'm feeling today. Like I just need to refocus. But we're in it for the long haul, right? Whatever you've decided to do, whether work, love, spirit, or any other part of your life, it's a time to catch your second breath. Just stop for a moment, take a deep breath in, take a look around, and then do that next push forward. This is the Nine of Wands, is the Wounded Warrior card. So it's often a person who's been through a lot and then has to reassess things. But there's triumph at the end of this card, always triumph. The King of Swords to me represents a person, a type of person. So the King of Swords and Swords energy is mental energy, mind energy. So can represent Libras, Geminis, and Aquarians. And he is here. It could represent you or a person of interest. It could represent also a way of doing things. The rhinoceros is telling you to detach yourself and your emotions from this now, just a little. Don't let emotion or passion rule your head. Instead, take time to check out all the options and make sure you've not missed anything. Analyze, weigh up the pros and cons, base your judgments on facts and facts alone. Give yourself the chance to know your own mind and make an informed decision you're happy to stand by later. So this is definitely, I think this is a really good tactic. I kind of use this. It's like When you get triggered, say in a moment, instead of reacting to that trigger, take some time away from it. Sometimes you need space, sometimes sleep, sometimes a walk. All of those things are good. Sometimes you need to eat. Sometimes you need to change your scenery or setting, going outside or just going to a different place. So it's important to like find that thing that you need to revitalize. So these cards are really going good together, and I think I'm actually reading them in the right order, because here you are, you're like, okay, I'm feeling this energy, I need to recharge, I'm a little tired, and it can be like fatigue and not so much sleepiness. It can be emotional, tired. It could be a spiritual, it could be like a so sometimes this happens to me where you get like energetic attacks, like it's too much energy from people, and it feels more like an attack than like a feel-good reciprocity exchange. But that's just the way you may interpret it too. But there sometimes are actual attacks, and then there's sometimes it just feels like you're at your limit of absorbing energy, like if you're an empath, and so you have to put up a shield and say, okay, that's enough. I can't absorb anymore. I can't share anymore. I can't do this reciprocity. I can't give and take anymore. That's all I got right now. So you need that little time out to continue what you're doing. Well, the Seven of Swords feels kind of like a warning, but it looks very happy. It's like somebody's looking, are you ready? It's like, haha, I got a new idea, a new goal, new plan. But what really the Seven of Swords is about, stealing, and it's about deception, and not trying to do things under the bar. But the picture of the animal actually looks kind of sweet. So I feel like there's a softer interpretation of this today. And I feel like there is some kind of success in keeping things to yourself for the time being, right? From holding back, instead of not reacting that first reaction when you get triggered and saying something that you'll regret. Sometimes it is a good idea to hold back, and that may sound or seem like deception in a certain way of looking at it. It may seem like peace for peace sakes, but in a lot of cases, it's exactly what's called for. I feel like in some cases it doesn't do any good to be unnecessarily harsh in a situation and just react out of a gut feeling in the moment, right? When you have time to process it and not let it sit in something that's not just in your ego, but process it in a spiritual and a heart sense, something that sits in your heart, then you can see it in a different light and you're able to talk about it better. So also it's important, like if you're reacting, you have to decide for yourself, what is your motive behind this action? Or if somebody strikes out, what is the motive of their actions, right? And if somebody strikes out, how are you going to react? And is it truly a strike, or is it just your interpretation? So a lot has to do with that. But the message of the raccoon is saying, careful, consider your facts and your motivation before you jump in. And that's exactly what you're doing here, right? And the people around you, and decide for yourself, are you harming anyone? So this is like, these three go so well together. This is just taking a moment, replenishing your energy. Like you may be reacting out of a place of exhaustion or being tired or something like that, and that's not your true self, your true intentions, your true you. And so, or if somebody else is saying something like that, then that could also be having to do with their motivations and their reactions. So, it's about giving people the benefit of the doubt too. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes you might be lying to yourself too about your motives. Sometimes we manipulate and we're not even realizing we're manipulating, right? We're trying to gear the situation around for our benefit, and we don't even realize that, oh, even as nice as you seem to be, like me, sometimes the bottom line is kind of trying to control the situation or manipulate it to your favor. So just be aware of it. That's all. Don't criticize, don't judge yourself. This is your higher self looking down on your ego self, and just recognize, that's all. And if you can find ways to change it, good. If you can't, that's okay. If you don't know what to do different, or you're not ready to do something different, the fact that you just shine a light on it and just saw it for yourself is actually really good. So just realize though that until you heal or until you incorporate a new way of doing things, if you keep reacting a certain way, it could come back to bite you. So just keep that in mind. But otherwise, I think this is the pivot. This is the main card here. The card that's saying that you are doing the right thing. You are sitting there, taking a breather, getting the distraction, or getting the change of scenery, or whatever it takes before you continue, before you have that talk or whatever, before you react, before you do whatever you're gonna do. Okay, so I think that's a great idea. Good job, you guys. I hope you like that. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.